Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariana Kogan, and I am the VP of Digital Experience for PTC. I will be presenting with Simon Rashid, who is my Manager of Marketing Analytics. We work for PTC, which is a global technology provider that transforms how companies create, operate, and service products. Our revenue is close to $1.2 billion, and as you can imagine, the product portfolio is large and complex. This also means that we service a very diverse set of marketing stakeholders that are not centralized through a CMO. We also play an extremely important role in the alignment between marketing and sales. Our stakeholders are a matrix marketing organization of over 400 professionals, plus over 1,000 more in the sales side. As I mentioned, I run PTC's Digital Experience Optimization team. What does the DXO team do? We provide expertise, guidance, and firepower to deliver a highly integrated digital experience through cutting-edge technologies, process optimization, best practices, and governance. It is a team made of more than 40 professionals in the disciplines of marketing technologies, marketing automation, marketing analytics, lead management, and e-commerce. So it is a team made of about more than 40 professionals in the disciplines of marketing technologies, marketing automation, marketing analytics, lead management, and e-commerce. As such, I have a large budget to acquire cutting-edge technologies that allow us to deliver an optimized digital experience. I purchase and subscribe to a significant number of platforms and solutions. How do I choose a specific technology? It is complicated. Most segments of marketing technologies are extremely saturated by a large volume of players. Most of them promise that their solution works out of the box. However, as you can imagine, PTC being such a large player, I have to deal with large volumes of historical data, legacy setups, highly customized Salesforce.com instance, and so on. Thus, I cannot just go and buy any solution. I know what my vision is and what I'm looking to accomplish, and people like Sam and my team help me to evaluate vendors until we find the right solution that will solve my challenge and with which I will be able to build a win-win solution. And that has been our experience with Full Circle. What was I looking to solve for? Basically, a shift in the business paradigm. Not so long ago, PTC, as a B2B player, the majority of our revenue was purely growth by the sales side. These were extremely large deals that came from a small number of our major accounts. Our sales reps will have very close working relationship with these accounts and be able to develop a strong relationship that will allow us to be part of their business strategy. Therefore, marketing didn't have to play a significant role. We needed to be present at certain physical events, manage our brand, and so on. But the world changed. These days, as most of you are aware, a very large percentage of our buyer's journey is done before a potential customer is willing to talk to sales. People these days want to self-educate, self-evaluate our products and solutions until they feel that they are ready to engage in a productive conversation with sales. So, marketing source revenue became extremely important, and the alignment between sales and marketing vital for the continued success of PTC. The only way to drive this type of alignment is by having a single source of truth that allow both organizations to speak a common language and by offering everyone visibility into the business performance. We had to move away from anecdotal stories, from Excels that have different definitions according to whoever created them. For marketing to earn a place at the executive table, we needed to have full funnel visibility. We needed to be able to show that we were creating what we were creating for sales, the sales team, so we could move into doing more with less resources. A shift had already started by improving the real-time performance, the real-time reporting out of Salesforce.com in 2015. This was the first major step toward improving marketing performance tracking. Data democratization spurred an increased appetite for analytics across the company. And there was a strong push for the executive team to create a data-driven marketing function. I started presenting to our CEO directly from Salesforce.com to emphasize that there was only one source of truth. The analytics team was tasked with filling this gap for more granular enhanced tracking. We needed to be able to do more complex attribution to truly show what was happening from a lead to an MQL and all the following stages of the funnel. And that's when we started talking with Full Circle. As I mentioned at the beginning, PTC is a large company with legacy data, multiple stakeholders, So most time it's hard to just believe in what vendors say. Their presentations tend to assume a clean canvas, and that is not PTC's case. I'm responsible for the efficient allocation of the marketing technologies budget, so I need to ensure that any financial commitment to a new platform has to be successful. Simon will get into the details of the evaluation, implementation, and results. But jumping a little bit ahead, the project has been an absolute success. As you can read from this quote from our Chief Customer Journey Officer, the full circle implementation gained marketing indeed a seat at the executive level. Marketing is not seen anymore as only a branding and communications department, but as a sophisticated source of PTC's growth. As I mentioned before, the success of this project came also from the alignment with sales. This had to be a project created by marketing, but loved by sales. Jamie Pappas, who is our main recipient of the marketing efforts, has enjoyed the benefits of the results. But I will let Saima get into more of the details of the actual results.
Thanks, Mariana. I'm going to quickly talk about some of the key challenges we were looking to address with our full circle implementation. As Mariana mentioned, we were leveraging the campaign object in Salesforce. However, certain limitations of this native functionality became roadblocks in terms of worldwide adoption of the reporting. Things like double counting MQLs across every campaign interaction, 100% overlap in source and influence pipeline reporting, etc. At this point, we actually understood the solution that was required and had started to go down the path of working with our IT group to develop flags for waterfall funnel stages, fields for SLA adherence, KPIs, etc. However, working in an enterprise-level company, you really need to build a business case and justify each specific customization that's put into Salesforce. And the main challenge towards achieving our end goal was the dependence on IT timelines and release schedules. To really get this to the place that we wanted to be would have required taking a piecemeal approach, and this would have taken a significant amount of time. Another key challenge we faced was getting inquiry data into Salesforce. Our marketers wanted visibility not only into the MQLs their campaigns were generating, but on all interactions contacts were having with our marketing material. Our lead scoring engine and inquiry data lived in Eloqua, and given the complexity of both our Eloqua and Salesforce implementations, we were unable to come up with a clean method to bring that data into Salesforce until Full Circle came on board. Luckily for us, Mariana was introduced to Full Circle at the Serious Decisions conference last year and asked me to reach out to them. I still remember in that first call with your sales rep, he said I was selling the product for him because each feature I asked for was available in exactly the form I asked for it. So once we'd identified that Full Circle was a viable solution for us, things moved fairly quickly. Anyone who works for Mariana knows she wants very quick implementations, and we had an aggressive 6-week timeline that required a high level of coordination among IT, technical operations, lead management, and analytics. I want to take a moment here to talk about the streamlined implementation process, which has been mentioned by the Full Circle team as one of their most efficient to date, and quite surprising given the size of our company and the fact that they're one of their top 5 customers in terms of size. There were a few key contributing factors to our success. First of all, there was strong buy-in at the executive level. Mariana made sure of that, and she wanted to expedite the implementation as soon as we'd identified that Full Circle filled our needs. Also, participation of a small team towards a singular goal. The team that participated in the implementation was effectively the team that owned the data and processes post-implementation, so there was absolute buy-in to make this successful. We also had a number of technical deep dive calls prior to even signing the contract to ensure that each nuance of PTC's complex, customized process could be incorporated into the solution. Each participant had defined goals, was an expert in their specific field, and was able to clearly communicate, test, and validate their requirements. An example here is, again, as a large company that operates with different business units, we couldn't use out-of-the-box campaign reporting provided by Full Circle. Any report at PTC requires segment-specific lead creation, funnel tracking, and reporting. And this was a requirement that was communicated early on so that a solution could be implemented that worked for us. Another really important point that I want to hit on is having a centralized analytics team. One team was responsible for the global rollout of the new reports and dashboards to the entire organization, which was much more effective than having individual groups prepare their own. It was also critical to ensure accuracy and consistency of reports across the organization. And finally, we had strong support from our internal project manager and our full circle contact, Allison, who worked diligently to ensure all action items were completed on time. So what have the results been? By providing visibility to key data points, we've given marketers the power to view the impact of their efforts. At its crux, the changes have affected a complete shift in the marketing organization towards data-informed decision-making. By providing accessible insight and analytics at scale, self-serve dashboards have been fully adopted by hundreds of marketing and sales users worldwide and spurred an increased appetite to data. To go back to the point about a centralized analytics team, I want to again mention that we had a coordinated effort to design, build, and QA dashboards as per each segment requirement. And a global rollout was conducted within a month of go live to ensure that all marketers had an understanding and expectations of the data usage were clearly communicated. Each dashboard could be sliced and filtered by region, date, and campaign type to ensure that the same underlying data and metrics were used by each marketer no matter what part of the world they worked in. I also want to touch on a key process change that we were able to make because of the visibility provided by Full Circle. Inspection of our waterfall conversion rates showed that the funnel looked healthy up to the point of SQL conversion. This spurred additional analysis, which highlighted process leak when inside sales was passing qualified leads to outside sales. A pilot was conducted in North America to trial inside sales converting leads and passing opportunities to outside sales instead. Initial results were positive, and this was rolled out worldwide a few weeks later. The graph on the right clearly shows the impact on our SAL to SQL conversion rate, but beyond that, there have also been a number of other effects. There's now an improved relationship between inside sales and outside sales. The additional qualification that they're doing has improved the quality of what the field reps are working on, and both teams are working more closely. It's also positively impacted the perception of what marketing is sending to outside sales, and has helped us better quantify the overall contribution of marketing to PTC's bottom line. Some more positive results I wanted to share. Here you can see the velocity quarter over quarter for each of our waterfall funnel stages. You can see overall that really sales is qualifying and working our leads 61% faster than before, and we've also seen a 90% decrease in neglected leads. This chart represents our SAL to SQL conversion rate quarter over quarter, and you can see the strides we've made in just 2 quarters. We're seeing over 200% higher conversions. And again, I want to stress this is with the same amount of marketing budget. And then finally, we're able to see a higher level of marketing sourced pipeline contributing to the overall bottom line at PTC. So at the end, we're really seeing that by having one single source of truth and data readily available, more aggressive targets are being set and achieved by marketing. Lead gen doubled over the previous year. And more importantly, insights from Full Circle have facilitated an alignment between marketing and sales that has not existed previously at PTC. It's allowed marketing better visibility into the sales cycle and has provided actionable real-time data that has influenced both process and business improvements. Also, by having access to the necessary data, sales has gotten more involved in the planning process for marketing campaigns, and they now provide input throughout the life of a campaign. Regularly scheduled meetings and touchpoints have allowed us to identify problem areas and opportunities to take immediate action. This has led marketing and sales to a point where they're holding each other accountable for both sides of the business. Here's a quote from our inside sales manager, Brittany Walter, whose team leverages the dashboards. She says that the live data allows us as managers to see who leads and who may need more coaching. And for the reps, it creates a competitive environment to always be at the top of the board. They actually have a live dashboard that's refreshed every 5 minutes in their area. And if you attend the Flash Your Dash session tomorrow, I'll be sharing that with you guys. So what's next for us? We're almost at the 1-year mark with Full Circle, and while the initial focus has been on company-wide communication and adoption, our plans for FY18 are to continue to build upon the successes of the past year. Our sales team has realized the value of what Full Circle has brought to marketing leads and are looking to implement granular tracking on sales-generated leads as well. Marketing would also like to expand our usage of the pipeline attribution models offered by Full Circle. We've officially only rolled out one model in order to simplify adoption of the metrics, but would like to dig deeper into the different campaign interactions and combinations that are helping drive marketing pipeline to close. We're also undertaking some account-based marketing initiatives and will be leveraging the metrics made available by Full Circle in different ways. Thank you so much. Here's our contact information.